future local millionaire. So it's been a while since I actually been uploading videos, but today we're actually going to speak about gold and what goes hand in hand with gold in order for you to actually analyze and catch your vibes. Right? Let's jump straight into the video.
Forex with local millionaires.
Let's jump straight into it, right? So one thing I could actually notice, right? Gold has actually started doing upwards momentum. We started having a big push upwards, right? So from the 30th, let's make it from the 30th of November, we're gonna look at dollar index, right? Just to show you how this actually works hand in hand with each other. So gold is basically a safe haven for investors. Let's put it like that, right? So basically when the dollar starts going down, gold starts going up. So what I was actually saying that, let's have a look at dollar index, right? So when we look at from the end of October, so not end of October, end of November, the 30th of November, right? So as we can see with the dollar index started dropping until the 4th of December, right? So that shows us already it goes hand in hand with each other, right? So with that being said, we go and check around about gold, right? And as we can see, gold has done the opposite that the dollar index done, right? So basically with this being said, so how we actually add this together, right? So one thing that we need to notice is once USA is doing bad, we look at going into a safe haven, right? So instead of us investing into more of a, how can I say, a dollar trade or maybe NASDAQ, we'd rather come here to check and actually analyze. How we actually analyze. One thing that I like doing is using solid numbers, right? I call this bank trading. So when we say in bank trading, what we're actually gonna do, we're gonna use our solid hundreds, right? So from there, I'm gonna use, I can see 18,000, right? So not 18,000, 1,800, right? As you can see right there, and I'm gonna use a midpoint. I'm gonna give me a midpoint at, give me that, 150. As the midpoint says, basically 150, 17,000, sorry, 1,750. So that will be my next spot. Right, so I'm gonna jump straight into that, and I'm using that just as a zone, and I'll use another one, a midpoint between 1,900 and 1,800, right? So that's basically our two zones, right? So let me just double click there, make one 850, right? So now with that being said, now we're looking. Whenever we see structure or market or gold comes to these certain points, we look at reversals, right? So what we're gonna do, we focus on, as we day traders, we focus on 4 hours. Okay, not actually 4 hours, start first on a daily chart, right? Daily chart is actually gonna show us the long-term momentum or the long-term move, right? So with that, I already start seeing some sort of reversal happening on the gold side, right? So when we see, saying that hour, going to my hour time frame, I see a lot of consolidation happening in this zone right here. Sorry about that. Let me just get that for you. My consolidation right there, right? So now I'm having a look. I'm looking, I'm seeing, okay, cool. That shows some type of, if I have a look at this, right? Let me just get that up. Oh no. Why are you verlating me? I'm just gonna go like that. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we do see, right? Price is actually reversing or does not break that point, right? So as we can see straight away, we see prices continuously come to that point and reversing and starting to drop back down. So now we're gonna have a look at our dollar index, right? Moving slowly back to our dollar index, and we're seeing price doing exactly the same at the lower structure, right? At a lower point. So basically this is our support zone here, right? The support zone here, right here. So what we can actually start seeing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my solid numbers as well here. Instead of my solid numbers, I'm going to use the solid numbers after the dot, right? So from there, I'm actually going to move to 91,100, 91,300, 191, sorry, not 91,000, 91.200, 91.400, 91.300, like that. So I'm basically moving solid zones, right? So with that being said, we're having a look. Let's go again back to daily. And we do see, right, beautiful pattern that we start seeing here, this reversal pattern where we have it in daily, right? So it shows us some sort of change of momentum, right? So we do see USA doing well for the next couple of months due to the fact COVID is back, COVID is again back at it, right? But the US stock is doing good. Amazon, all those big companies are doing good in USA due to the fact that COVID's happening again. So we're not COVID, but just again, second wave, allowing people to actually shop at home and be at home using more technology stuff, which is the big, right? Basically, our top 100 companies or our top 30 companies in USA is more home-based companies where you will spend more money at home, right? So with that being said, again, jump straight into the charts. Have a look right there. So what we can start seeing from gold, right? So some sort of momentum of gold is to actually drop back down, right? Because what we can actually see, the momentum or the reversal pattern that we do see here, right, is somewhat of it was a push up. Let me just get that. And we had a slight push down. Let's make that lines a little neater. Oh no. And we had a retest, and we had a push down. Now we're having a retest back up. So we're looking for that push further down to one of our zones, right? Let me just put it at that. Right, so let's just make it a little cleaner. So what do I see? What happened in gold for the next couple of months, or actually for the next 2 months, is a big drop to our, let me see, to a solid zone at 1,700, right? So we're looking for price first to come back down on our way back down and then start moving down to 1,700 so that we can see that was a good point, right? So that's where market actually consolidated between April and June. That was a good consolidation before we had that big momentum upwards, right? So with that being said, we do see a drop in gold for the next couple of days or even for the next 2 months. Right? So thank you so much for staying tuned. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let us know, right, what video you would like to touch on next.